Hi everyone, welcome to Target Pilates Online and to today's short class, which is about ankle strength and mobility. So I often mention this when we're working with the feet, that actually I think is one of those things that you don't really appreciate until it's not working properly, and then you realise just how important it really is. So there's some very simple movements we can do to help us try and create some strength and stability in our ankles, and there's also a few little bits of feet in here as well. So happily for this class we will be lying on our backs. So when you're ready, let's come down. So as ever, we're going to start from a good position of alignment. You are most welcome to have something underneath your head. Find a neutral spine position, some heaviness and contact through the back of the ribs and the back of your head. Once we've got that organized, just check in to make sure that your lower body is also correctly aligned. So we've got ankles, knees and hips in that one long line. So when we're ready, we're going to fold in our right leg. Let's start with that first. So step it up and hold on behind the back of your thigh. So we're going to start just with a simple flex and point. Sounds simple, isn't always. So first off, let's check in with our hips. Are they still level? And of course, if you can't reach like this without maintaining neutral spine, you could always take a band around the thigh just to give you that extra bit of support. So let's flex the toes, draw the toes towards your face, and slowly press the foot away. So really feel like you're leading with the ball of the foot, and then the toes curl around. Flex towards you and point away. And 3, we'll do 10 of each thing here. And 4. And 5, flex and point. 6. And 7. And 8. And you're trying to go straight forward and straight back. Well, that seems simple in and of itself, doesn't it? But again, it's not always. Now begin to circle the foot. And again, we're going 10 each way. And just notice if it starts to fatigue. And for me, it really does. I find my ankles are actually quite a point of weakness. So you may find the same. They may be very destabilizing for you. So it's worth doing the work. And this always, for me, inevitably comes with quite a bit of popping and cracking. Nothing to be concerned about, unless, of course, it hurts you. If it does, stop and seek medical advice, just in case there's anything you need to be aware of. Let's go back around the other way. And my foot is getting really tired, and that's good. It's just showing you up, as Pilates always does. And of course, just notice here the quality of your circle. Notice if some of it's a little flat, a little hexagonal. Just notice what you can find, because it will show you the ranges of movement that are problematic for you. Just give your foot a little shake now. Foot, lower body, you can literally take a hold of it, give it a little wobble. And then when we're ready, come back into position. Now we're going in for a figure of 8. Now this is much harder. The reason is it's taking your ankle through all of its ranges of movement at various points within this movement. So we're going to do figure of 8. Literally just imagine you're drawing it with the toes, and notice again where you feel that it's not as good. And we'll just do 5 each way of these because they're strangely difficult. And when you've done your 5, go around the other way. It's a bit of a thinker. Always get a bit confused. It's always like the same with single leg bicycle. A lot of people find that really confusing when they have to go backwards. Now, let's pause. Hopefully you feel like that's really been quite fatiguing. And now when we step the foot down, just notice how the foot feels next to the one that you put it down next to. So for me, I've been working with my right foot and ankle. My right foot feels like it's done something. It feels tired, but it also feels very much flatter to the floor than it did. I feel like I've got better connection and a nice kind of tingly feeling for me, like it's really done something. So whilst that's having a little rest, we're going to go to the other side. So again, fold in your left leg, hold on behind the thigh and get comfortable, because you really want to feel like it's just the ankle joint and foot that are doing the work here. Be heavy across the back of the pelvis and the rib cage, and when you're ready, begin to flex and point in place. And just be curious about the movement in terms of whether it feels the same or different each side. And for me, it very much is different left to right. Quite often one side has significantly more range than the other, or it moves with more freedom, whereas this side I often get aches and pains in my left foot, but it moves quite well. Let's just have 3 more here. Flex and point, flex. It's amazing how something so simple is hard like this. Now we begin to circle 10 each way. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go back around the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Give them a shake. When you're ready, come back in. So now we're into our figure of 8, just checking with your positioning once again. So we should feel okay here. We did 5 each way. So beginning to make your figure of 8 movement. This is good. And just imagine drawing it is the easiest way for me to describe this. Otherwise you can get yourself in a pickle. Let's go back around the other way if you haven't already. I'm on my 3rd already. And 4. And 5. Good. Give the leg a shake. And then when you're ready, place it down next to the other one. And again, just have a little compare and contrast. So hopefully it feels a little flatter to the ground. The next one we're going to do is similar to the flex and point. We're going to add a 3rd movement. So when we do footwork on the reformer or on the chair or whatever in the studio, we have a position that we call bird on a perch. So it's a little bit like making a fist with your foot, but bird on a perch actually I think is the best description I could ever come up with, so I'm not going to mess around with it too much. Step in your right leg, step in your left leg. Glue them together. Or you could have them slightly parted if you don't like the feeling of your ankles touching. Some people really don't. Now, we're going to flex the toes together. So the toes flex towards the face. Now begin to point them away. So pointed toes. Now, all you're doing is keep the pointed shape, but flex at your ankles. So we're in bird on a perch. Feel that squeezing of the foot. Flex the toes and then point the toes away. Flex at the ankle, but keep the toes curled, bird on a perch. Flex and then point the toes away. And then flex your ankle only, keep the toes curled. Peel the toes back and work through the foot to press the toes away. Bird on a perch. Flex the feet, point the toes away. One more time, bird on a perch. Flex the feet, point the toes away. And then just take the knees and give yourself a hug. Now we're going to come up and test it. So as you're ready, take your legs around to the side and bring yourself up to a crouch position or come up to standing as you choose. Let's roll through the spine just whilst we're here, coming all the way back up. Now, let's just bring the heels together in Pilates stance. What we want to feel is that the floor is really easy to contact now, and we're taking our hands to our hips. Now, keep your heels glued together. Roll up to the balls of the feet and press the heels away 5 times, and you should feel that this is pretty still and stable now, and that you're able to keep an even contact across the base of the foot if ordinarily you rock in or out on your ankles. Keep that moving. And one final time, come all the way down. You can also use that as a little test at the beginning. We didn't today, but you could of course do that if you wanted to just see if there was a difference before and after, and invariably there is. I hope that that was useful, and I hope that helps you to build a little bit more strength and stability in your ankles. It's an often neglected area, so one that I wanted to address for you. Hope that helped, and I'll see you again soon.
Hi guys, this is Christina from Target Pilates Online. If you've enjoyed this class today, why not check out our website for our entire back catalogue of videos and courses, weekly 60-minute class and bi-monthly live events, all totally ad-free. Come visit us today at targetpilates.online or click on the link below this video.